Your book, Leading Below the Surface: How to Build Real and Psychologically Safe Relationships with People Who Are Different from You. I would venture that the majority of the people who are listening, the majority of people, we can just stop there, don't know what it feels like to be in a psychologically safe relationship at all. What, in your opinion, does a psychologically safe relationship look like?
Yeah, so I give a very detailed example in my book, and it was about one of my bosses, and she was very psychologically safe. I had no idea that what that term was at the time. I just thought she was in the in crowd, but there's other ways to say that. But basically, the way that looked is she could run a business, do really well one year, and the next year it could tank, but she still had her job. People still believed in her. The company gave her money to invest in new company ventures. She could speak up, and she was heard, and no one would punish her. And she could be right, and no one would punish her, or she could be wrong, and no one would punish her. But that's what psychological safety feels like. It's almost like you jump and you know there's a trampoline every single time, and that trampoline's going to bounce you right back up. And that's what she had. A lot of us don't have that trampoline. You're right. And that's why a lot of us don't feel psychologically safe, because the organization that we're in doesn't have trampolines, period. Or maybe they only have trampolines for an exclusive population. But that's what it looks and feels like.
So, for somebody who wants to dig into this a little bit more, for somebody who's intrigued by this idea of a psychologically safe relationship, and then the second part of that is especially building that with people who are different with you or different than you, which I think is a whole next level of conversation,
Yeah.
right? Because we tend to, when we get uncomfortable, we tend to lash out at things that are different than us.